congratulations on your engagement. You just got engaged. Double high five. I just met him backstage, Ben.
Yeah.
A very good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Tall drink of water.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a cutie pie.
He's a cutie pie.
Yeah.
How did he do it?
That's private. I want to go.
Jenny, no, it's a talk show, so come on.
I don't want to do it.
Jenny.
Well, okay. No, I really want to do it. So we were in France, which is a very romantic country.
Stop right there.
Yeah, because they invented French kissing. That's with tongue. They loved it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, French kissing.
Yeah.
So we were in France.
Very romantic place, yeah.
Yeah, just tonguing it down.
No, Mike, that's
Sorry.
not what I meant. Not what I meant. No, I mean, it's just very sweet.
I'm making myself blush weirdly. This is really weird. Okay, so we were in France, and as it happens when you're in France, we came upon an abandoned castle. This happened to me. This is not a lie.
This only happens to people like you.
Yeah, totally. That's right. So, so we get to the castle and it's like, oh, it's locked. But then, of course, we push the gate because we're curious, and it's like, like a little bit, and it's like, well, you're usually not supposed to do that, like in Beauty and the Beast or whatever. You shouldn't. But so we go in there, and there are these 4 old French people having a picnic, which is very dear and darling. And we were like, maybe we should just sneak past them, and because they'll kick us out or something. But then I said, but what if they're the people that unlocked it, and they don't know we're here? They'll lock us in. And then, and Ben, who's very rugged, was like, points to a really high castle wall, and was like, oh, well, could you scale the wall? Like if we get locked in. And I was like, well, I'm in a party dress and kitten heels, and I'm also me, the person that you've known. So
can I scale a wall?
The answer is no.
No,
Yeah.
I can't scale a wall.
Can't scale a wall.
So you're in an abandoned castle.
So abandoned castle, we tell the old people, we're like, hi, we're here, can we have a picnic?
They all turn around and they're all Pennywise.
They're like,
yeah, they're holding balloons.
yeah.
What do like?
They're like, ooh.
That's your French
They're like,
accent.
yeah, and we were like, so we started to have a picnic. I had chosen many of the groceries for the picnic, which means that it was just like all salami.
Is that right?
I love a sausage.
Me too. Well, I mean, like charcuterie.
Yeah, totally.
Different types of meats.
Yeah, I just love like a big, like delicious sausage. But anyway, so I'm eating the sausage,
Okay.
and he starts to sort of, and this
All right, and then. Okay, stop, hey, stop, no.
Guys, I'm in a sweater vest.
Okay, hello. Sorry about
So, I'm eating the sausage, the sun is setting, he's holding my hand, he's saying, these beautiful things to me. And all of a sudden he's like, Jenny, you mean so much to me, I love you so much. I'm like, he's about to propose to me! I can feel it coming. I'm like, I can't believe this is happening to me. It's really gonna happen. I had a moment to kind of like calm myself. I could have been like the Audrey Hepburn of the situation, like very demure.
Yes.
And so he's like, will you be my wife? And of course, at that moment, when I could have been like, yes, or whatever,
Yeah.
I have somehow nervously stuffed like all of the sausage into my mouth. And I'm like,
Just sausage coming out of your mouth?
yeah, just sausage like dangling, like, how they're like connected by a string, there's like one hanging out. Yeah. I'm like, I will be your wife!
Forever!
No, you said it, you have to do it. Remember, it's like when Howard Dean was like, whoa! Oh, man.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations. That's
Thank
a
you
good
very
memory,
much.
but that's a good
Beautiful
memory. Yes.
Yeah.
Very long time together, you guys.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Little Weirds.
Yes.
I love this. Can you explain why is the title Little Weirds?
Well, in the book, there are 48 small pieces, and some of them are like sort of like essays, or some of them are just like wishes, and I wrote them all and gave them to my editor, and she said, I like this, I think that this is a book, but I don't know what it is. And what is it? And I said, well, it's just all of my like little weirds that I have. And so Jean, my editor, said, well, that's what we're going to call your book. And so
Little
that's what
Weirds.
it's called, Little Weirds.
And that's how you come up with great.
Yes. Yeah.
It's super funny. And it's very, very creative, like you are.
Thank you.
I want to talk about your special on Netflix right now,
Yes.
Stage Fright.
Yeah.
I loved it because it's not only just stand-up, but it's also, your family does interviews and actually talks about you and stuff. Was it hard to get your family to talk about you?
You know, they all had like a different mode. Like my mom, reflecting on it, I was like, she's like the Sarah Huckabee Sanders of our family. Like, she just won't admit that it happened. Like, even if someone was like, so Nancy, Jenny robbed a bank, you know, and she took all the money, she'd be like, that bank was already on fire? You're rude for saying the bank is even there, and now fires are going to be set, and it's going to be your fault. Like, she just would not. She like wouldn't say anything bad about me, whereas my dad somehow dug in super hard, really immediately, and was like, Jenny experiences despair. And I was like, wow!
Wow,
Wow, this is a comedy special. They also asked me for my Netflix password on camera during the interview for the Netflix thing.
But it's such a mom and dad thing
Yeah,
to
they were
do.
like, well, how are we going to watch it? Well, what's your password? I was like, maybe let's just talk about it later.
Let's just lie and say that we already have accounts.
Yeah.
We all have separate accounts, mom and dad.
Yeah.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.